Hi, everybody. First of all, I want to mention about Judge Kane. That Judge Kane has not only been a judge in the surrogate courts and the New York State Supreme Court and wherever, but he has had the most prestigious job of all because he has been an ice carnival judge. And he always volunteered. I mean, I would call him up and he'd say, "Sure, I'll be there. When is it?" And he would put this day aside and was always there. So we thank you for that. Thanks everybody for coming to this great event. You've met most of the Siegel family, but the part of the Siegel family that you didn't meet are the adopted sons. So if we all stand up, all the adopted sons. I have no problem.
When do we get our checks?
You gotta send it home.
Basically tonight we're here to honor Lee Siegel, not Dad. So I'm going to talk about Lee Siegel and his service to the community. He's touched so many people. He's been involved in so many things. As he mentioned, he was in the Army for 4.5 years. And then he came back to Livingston Manor and had his department store. Came back with his rock the cradle with his new wife and of 18 years old.
Yep.
Rob the cradle.
What's that?
Rob the cradle.
Rob the cradle.
He might have robbed it too, but
Anyway, he came back with Marge, and they opened the store and touched a lot of people to the point that Dad, any woman that came in, he knew their bra size. He would have to fit them, so he had to.
it was a tough job.
That was a tough job, but
they used to say, "How do you know?"
I'm not even going.
Did you literally touch?
He served on the Board of Education for 20 years. He was town supervisor and on the county board of supervisors for 10 years. He was the president of our temple of Buddha for many years.
Many years.
And really held the temple together to the point that it was then revitalized and really kept it together for a long time. Member of the Chamber of Commerce. I don't know if you were past president.
Yeah.
And was very instrumental in forming the Lazar and Charlotte Kaplan Foundation. He was really responsible for bringing Lazar Kaplan into Rotary. And I can tell you that when I came into Rotary, I was 22 years old, and Lazar Kaplan was a Rotarian at the time, and he was 97. There were 75 years between us. And Dad, Lee, see, I knew I would slip, brought Lazar into Rotary, and Lazar really showed an interest in the youth of the town of Rockland, and eventually, I think at the age of 103, Lazar passed away and left his estate to the Lazar and Charlotte Kaplan Foundation, which has provided scholarships for kids in the town of Rockland annually to the tune of between $80,000 and $100,000 a year. And Dad was really instrumental in making that happen, and has been the president of the board for many years now. He took over for Irv Avery, who was also a charter member of the club at that point. So just a little trivial information.
Mary Freed was also on.
And Mary Freed was also on the board. And Mary, why don't you stand up and we'll give her an Peggy Schleimacher is on the current board of directors, and she's in the back there.
Very good.
Lee has been was on the Roscoe Nursing Home board for many years. He just retired from that board, and is a member of the Calhoun Center Band. It's just amazing that he is, and this is just a tribute to his character. Amazing that he can still play the clarinet because he had a lawnmower accident when he was at 75. He would, well, that was a couple years ago. and after his accident, where he almost lost his arm, he started playing the clarinet again, and it's therapy for him, but it does amazing things. And then there's the Livingston Manor Rotary Club, where he's a charter member. He chaired the annual fundraising dinners for years, and when the annual fundraising dinners were not being as successful as they had been in the past, he got out of the box and he came up with the idea of the raffle. And the raffle has been going ever since, and it raises about $9,000 for the Livingston Manor Club every year. That goes to the Rotary projects and Rotary Park and the Ice Carnival and all the things that the Livingston Manor Rotary does. And he's also a past president. So Lee Siegel has always been my father. No.
As far as you know.
He's always been my mentor, and he's always been my hero. When I think of Lee Siegel, I think of a person who is honest, loyal, benevolent, kind, giving, patient, loving, tolerant, hardworking, hard playing. He's always the last one standing at a party. Non-judgmental, respectful, fun-loving, a good person, a stand-up guy. You got it? A person of integrity, a person of noble character, a person with fortitude and firmness of purpose. So, if you look at the definition, that is the definition of a mensch. And that's what my dad is. Lee Siegel is a mensch.
Here, here.
Here, here. Lee is someone who is passionate about his civic and community work, and someone who makes the world a better place to live through his volunteerism and through Rotary. I, for one, am honored and proud that he is my father, a fellow Rotarian, my mentor, my role model, and most of all, my friend. So tonight we are here to honor Lee for his service to the community, and I want to leave you with this quote from Neil Kirshen. It's from Raising Your Child to Be a Mensch. We want our children to become warm, decent human beings who reach out generously to those in need. We hope to find values and ideals to give our lives purpose so they contribute to the world and make it a better place because they have lived in it. Intelligence, success, and high achievement are worthy goals, but they mean nothing if we are not basically kind and loving people. That's the kind of man that Lee Siegel is.
It's a rare situation when you have a civic leader as a son who gets that opportunity to tell all of us where it all came from. And we could, I'm sure, all of us echo some of Gary's thoughts that Lee has been an inspiration to everyone here in this room and will continue to do so through the rest of his life and through the rest of our own lives. It's really my pleasure to be a part of this. Tom? Tom Babbage, Rotary Club President.
see Lee on a weekly basis. Nice to see a old recognition getting tonight. Polio has been around for a very long time, since probably the early 1800s. In 1952, 3,000